Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
Well, good day. Welcome to another episode of the Bobby Brown Show. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Uh, as a New York citizen, I work in Midtown New York City. I work near the hotels where most of the migrant workers come to um, stay at temporarily. I think they moved their stay from three to 3 months to 1 month now. So they are kind of tightening up a little bit with the fluctuation of immigrants going in. A lot of them being bussed outside the city now. But it's getting a little ridiculous. The crime has gone up. They recently had found a so-called 11-year-old that went around doing a lot of vicious mugging. Little young boy from Venezuela. I don't even know if he was really 11 years old. That could be a little dude. These people don't come with paperwork, so how do you know how old they are when they don't have no paperwork? Sometimes I talked to a woman at DocGo, and she said, "Hey, a lot of these guys don't have no documents. That's why they're undocumented. They don't have no documents, so we don't know how old they really are." And the same thing goes for some people from other parts of Africa and Haiti and things like that. Some people don't have documentation. Some do, but most of them don't, especially coming from south of the border. So we don't really know how old these people really are. A lot of them are family oriented. They come with kids. They bring 3 or 4 kids with them, and it look like the person who had the 3 or 4 kids is barely a kid themselves. But I don't know what's going on with them. To each his own. Their laws are different, so they probably get down a little young over there. I don't know. I don't know. But I see this every day. Them taking their kids and things like that. Roosevelt Hotel is a 5-star hotel that was closed during COVID, but they decided to open it back up. They let a lot of immigrants come there to get processed, stay there for a while, and look, they get the lap of luxury. They get a nice hotel room. They were getting fed food, catering style, in the hotel. Them and their entire family, and and it saddens me because we should be doing that for the veterans. Because if anybody that needs to be housed and get fed and have clothing and shelter from our tax dollars, it should be them, not them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They the one fought for our freedom. They deserve that kind of protection. No veteran should be on the streets, disabled or not, should not be on the street. They should have a disabled section in these places. I wish I had the money to build one facilities for our soldiers, whether they're disabled or not. I want to have a section. I would have a section. Hey, you're serving in the military. You always got a place to stay. Just don't act up. Don't act stupid. Keep the rules. Keep the place clean. You're good to go. We're going to make sure I will have medical staff there. I will have a place for veterans, and I will always serve them food, and they always have an entertainment area. That's what we need to have. But instead, we're giving it to the migrant workers. Now, we had recently a couple of people that's been complaining about some things that they're getting, that the migrants are getting, that they don't have a shot for. So there was a young lady, and I'm going to get to it. Give me a moment. And she talked about her situation buying a truck. She owned a food truck, and it was hard for her to get the money for the food truck, and now she wants to do something different. She got a couple more business, so she's selling a food truck. But she was shocked and hurt about what she found out about the guy who is buying a truck from her. Here's what happened.
I need this message to go out to our vice president who's running for president. I have heard all over social media about, excuse me if I say anything wrong, immigrants getting loans, money. It was hard for me to believe. It was just extremely hard for me to believe. I've been in business such a long time. Back in 2019, I purchased my first food truck. It cost me over $25,000. I paid it cash money. I worked hard to pay for this truck. I'm now selling it.
Can you imagine how long it take to save $25,000? Kamala Harris said that she wanted to do a $25,000 loan. She never said that it's still a loan. It's not a grant. It's a loan. Toward first-time home buyers, which primarily will be first time. You got to qualify for it. And what's the qualification for it? Don't know. It could go to immigrants. Everything else going to them. It just should be easy for the LGBTQ community. But it seems like the black people are always at the bottom of the barrel. Here she is. She don't work. She working her behind off. And she wants to sell the truck for $25,000. She paid $25,000 for this truck.
Because I'm doing other things, but I'm selling it. I had a guy come to look at purchasing my vehicle, or my food truck. And he explained to me he's an illegal immigrant. He has no credit. He has no money in the bank.
He is illegal. He has no credit. No money in the bank. Now this pisses me off. I got credit. Got a little bit of money in the bank. Still next to nothing. Credit ain't all that hot, but I'm working on it. But here you got an immigrant. No credit. Let's go back to there. This is so important.
Illegal immigrant. He has no credit.
No credit.
He has no money in the bank.
No money in the bank.
But he showed me his paperwork that he will receive funds to purchase my food truck. I'm thankful that he's buying it, but I'm hurt
But where's this funding coming from?
that I worked so hard to pay cash for my food truck. I have good credit. Can't even get a business loan because of the color of my skin.
Good credit. Can't get a business loan because of color of skin. Joe Biden been in office for 4 years. Trump only 4 years. Barack Obama 8 years. So you got 12 years of a Democrat. Maybe a possible 4 more, 16 years. But right now, 12 years of Democratic rule. She's still dealing with racism. When it comes to doing business.
I have veterans in my family. I'm a veteran. I've been self-employed for so long. But somebody, please tell me, how do I work so hard to have somebody who comes to this country, not long, no credit, and he shows me paperwork where they'll be funding him money to buy my food truck. And when I talked to the bank, they told me using...
Again, this guy got no credit, no money in the bank. But they assured him they're going to give him $25,000, whatever she's selling the truck for. Let's say $20,000. They're going to give her the money, whatever it is, to buy the truck. Cash money to buy the truck. He's an illegal immigrant. He has no paperwork. He has no money in the bank. He has no credit. This lady been working her butt off. Can't get a business loan. Got money in the bank and good credit, but she can't get nothing. Where is fair? Where's right? This is all wrong.
They have to go straight to a dealership because I'm a private sale. But for special circumstances, they're going to, they allow it. But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. Couldn't get a business loan but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business. And we got immigrants coming here. And they're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing but just being here. It's not right, and I want answers.
Now, it's not fair. It's not fair. It took her. Imagine if she had that access. No credit, no money in the bank, but somebody gave her the money to buy a truck. Instead of her waiting all this time to save this money, she'd have been well ahead of the game. She'd have been way ahead of her goals by now if she had that kind of access. But the priority, as Dr. Claude Anderson has said, they was going to get all those primaries starting from the white, and they're going to brown it all down, and the last person that's going to get it is the black person if they ever get it. And right now, they've gone from white to the browning. Anybody that's brown, I don't care if you're coming from Saudi Arabia, from Pakistan, or anywhere else, from Pakistan or anywhere else, you'll be able to get access to that money, and you don't have to have much of nothing. The last person always at the bottom of the barrel to get something, if they get something, is the black person. And in this case, she's at the bottom of the barrel. She had to save her money for how many years? How many years do you think it's take to come up with $25,000 to buy a truck and then actually work the truck up to a point where it's successful, where you decide to sell it? I would be frustrated too. You know how long I had to save money, all the headache and pain, the ability not to dip into the money and spend it if a car breakdown or something like that. She had to go through all that struggle. Again, Dr. Claude Anderson said it right. When it comes to white supremacy and them staying in control, they're going to let everybody in here get some but you. It don't matter the party. Everybody's going to get some from you. And each party is going to try to find a way to endorse that. It's going to start with the whites. It's going to get down to the browns. And then eventually it's going to get to black people. And it's going to be like all gone then. I see every day these... we ran the weed game. Black people ran the weed game. We made money. We took it serious. It was a business model to us. We ran the weed game, the marijuana game, the CBD game. We ran that. But right now, who's running most of it? In Midtown Manhattan, where all the rich business owners and CEOs are, who running those downtown? Arabs. When it should have been the black people, because we the one got locked up disproportionately for it. Arabs. Right now, I see every day. Like earlier today, I went to the mall with nothing but migrant workers there. I ain't never seen so many Mexicans and Guatemalans and Venezuelans and all that, and all of them shopping big 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags, nice sneakers on, looking good, kids looking good and all that. And I'm fine for the kids, but come on, man, why can't this get funneled back into the community? That's why black people need to focus on starting their own banks, and one that's going to be dedicated to getting that money back, circulating back into the black community, and nowhere else but the black community. Here's another gentleman. He's upset too.
I'm in the store with $200, man, trying to make groceries just to, make it till we get paid for something for the kids to eat after school. Immigrant in front of me, and she got $10,000 on her food stamp card with $3,000 cash. Come on, man, but I work every day to pay my taxes for here, man. For them to get all that there, man, I'm not knocking nobody in their hustle, man. But, man, stop taking my money again. People, I understand if you gave it to some people in our community that really man.
Right.
But instead, y'all sending money to Ukraine, billions of dollars. But you got people over here that need that same. Man, well, I'm trying to figure out how can I get $10,000 worth of food stamp. What, I gotta go back to Africa? They say, man, stop it, man. Hey, man, it's right, man. Stop taking my tax money, man. Doing what you want to do, man. Then they gonna say, oh, I'm wrong because I'm talking about border control. Here, It seems like I need to go work on the board to try to make some extra money to come up off something, man. Cause hey, man,
Hey. There you have it. This is going on all across the country. You come to New York, people are getting pissed off. Every time they go to bodega, they see what these migrants have on their paperwork. They complained about the food that was in the shelter, so Mayor Adams decided to give them a stipend check every month. We've been talking about Andrew Yang and all these people been talking about universal basic income for American citizens, and you can't tell me you can't do universal basic income now. You can't say it doesn't work. Everybody in the city should be given $2,000 a month. You're giving all this money to these migrant workers and predicated there in the family, and most of them are housed together. But look at all this money going to these families. $10,000, $5,000, $20,000. Come on, that's money. Yet the average black American, average American and citizen, even white, but I'm gonna focus on the black. Average black Americans struggling. We get no help from the dominant society. The only help we got is each other, and that's why we should go back and confront Kamala Harris on this Freedmen Bank issue, because she want to make it a bank for everybody, not just Freedmen. How the hell are you going to turn a Freedman? Who gives you that right to take our bank and make it available for everybody to have access to so they can get loans and grants and stuff? Who the hell are you to do that? That's our bank. I was going to say, that's the Lord's bank. G unit. That's our bank. It's a shame. Man, I'm seeing them there wearing the nicest sneakers, the nicest. I'm like, oh man, I can't even afford no sneakers right there. Naturally speaking, I can't afford those sneakers like that. They got on $200-$300 sneakers with our tax money. Some of the best designer clothes with our tax money. They're shopping at Hims. They're shopping at Macy's. They're shopping at H&M. With our tax dollars. They're looking good. Styling and profiling Ric Flair style with our tax money. You want to start a business, you want to do something, you can't get the money for it. They laugh at you. But let one of them come get it. Oh, you got it. And that ain't fair. And this is why I am not supporting immigration. I'm putting a lock on it. I want people to come into this country, but I want them to come in illegally. Not everybody where we destroyed the country. Now, we did do embargoes and blocking in Venezuela. But we need to, what they need to do is push back on us, get with BRICS, and not let that affect us. And keep your people there to build that country and fight for your country. You'll never get your country back with everybody keep leaving. That is why I am pro. I'm not with the immigration program of the Biden Harris Walz campaign. They say, but they never do. Your track record proved to me that you're not going to do it. Nothing but continue to floodgate the United States with more and more immigrants or more illegal aliens. And they're all hoping that they get amnesty where they can automatically, and the Democrats, I'm telling you for sure, I believe if Kamala Harris win the election, one of their priorities is to bring amnesty to all these migrant workers, which is going to crush, it's going to decimate the foundational black American community, and not just foundational black American community, but the black people in general in the United States. This has got to be done, and the only way it can be done is either we're going to turn it up in the streets or we're going to hit that ballot box, and we're going to have to vote against this. Anybody who's supporting this kind of hard immigration instead of the proper integration change, I can't deal with you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't. We got to put a stop to this. Our tax money depends on it. It's our money. We should be living okay. That's why with the money they give out, they can give every person $2,000 a month as a universal basic income. But no, give it to the migrant workers. And if anybody they need to give it to, give every foundational Black American freedman $3,000. $2,000 would be good enough on top of what we making on our job. We got to do something. I'm Bobby Brown with the Bobby Brown Show. I'll let you later.